Welcome to Washington Sports Network's The Zone on Fox 11. The football season winding down to the end, the semifinals. A tripleheader out at Lamson Stadium this past weekend. Let's head out and take a look at the highlights.
The Riverview Panthers taking on the Royal Knights. Big semifinal showdown at Lamson Stadium last Saturday, and at Tunic looking for his receiver, but it's going to be picked off by Alex Myrick of Royal. And then Myrick, the quarterback for Royal, he's going to find Brady Dixon. Look at that run, 49-yard touchdown reception for Dixon. Knights get on the board first, and then in their next possession, Myrick with a 3-yard run, making it 14-0 Royal. Then Riverview getting it going, nice reception there on the side there. Then Myrick gonna fumble the ball, recovered by the Panthers. And then watch Tunic here, he's gonna find Ryan Hand for the reception and the score. Hand with 3 receptions and a touchdown on the afternoon for Riverview. Tunic starting to feel it. There's another touchdown pass, this one to Josh Marshall. And Marshall, he's fired up about it, letting the Findlay crowd know that they're in this ball game. Then Myrick, he's going to dump the pass out there to Kent Christensen for the 5-yard touchdown. So Royal battling back to take the lead. Then Myrick pass going to be deflected and intercepted by Riverview. They're back in business. Congratulations all around. That would set up the touchdown run by Cody Bartlett into the end zone. Bartlett, 98 yards rushing. That wouldn't be all, though. Royal, Alex Myrick, the senior quarterback, getting pumped up. 28 carries, 187 yards, 2 touchdowns on the day, and then this game-saving tackle on 4th down to ice the victory. Royal 31, Riverview 28. The Knights punched their ticket to the state title game, where they face off against Montesano. Big 28-6 winners over Mount Baker. In the 1B, Liberty Christian 34, Cusick 32. The state title against Nia Bay happening next Saturday. Then also in the 2As, Linden, big winners over Capital, and Prosser fell to the Tumwater T-Birds 35-21. 2B, lower classification, Morton White Pass will take on Lynn Richville Sprague in the 2B title matchup. In the 3As, University, their Cinderella story comes to an end to Eastside Catholic, who's going to take on Bellevue. The Wolverines looking for number 5. Then in the 4A, Skyline, big winner over Camas. They'll take on Bellarmine Prep for all the marbles in the 4A state finals. All this action and more happening this weekend in the Tacoma Dome.
So that was the action from last weekend. When we come back, we're going to have all those state final game matchups, plus later on in the show, the best of our interviews and the basketball preview. That's right, we're heading out to the hoop courts. That's happening later on The Zone. Welcome back to The Zone on Fox. Football season, the last weekend. The state matchups, all the games happening at the Tacoma Dome this weekend. Let's take a look at those matchups and Jerry's picks.
Let's take a look at the final Jerry's picks of the 2012 football season. That's right, playoff edition, championship edition picks. In the 1B, give the check to Liberty Christian, 13-0, taking on Nia Bay, 12-0. The slight nod to Liberty Christian in that one. Also in the 2B, Morton White Pass taking on Lynn Richville Sprague. Royal and Montesano. Royal coming off that big win against Riverview. Stifling defense, excellent offensive firepower for this team. They're taking on Montesano, 11-2. Should be a great playoff matchup. Then Linden taking on Tumwater, both 12-1, both green and gold. Linden with the slight nod, that huge football tradition. then in the 3A. Can anyone take down this talented Bellevue Wolverine team going for their 5th straight state championship? Could it be the Eastside Catholic Crusaders, 13-0, also out of the Metro League, looking to take on Bellevue and take them down big? And then in the 4A game, the final game, Skyline and Max Brown, 13-0, taking on Seafood Lafau at Bellarmine Prep, 12-1 on the year, playing some great playoff football. What'll happen? We don't know, but that's why they play it. They'll settle it there in the Tacoma Dome, and that is the final Jerry's playoff football picks of 2012. There you have it.
So there are the results as Jerry sees it. Stay tuned to see what his record is from the entire year. Speaking of the entire year, the best plays that we saw at our webcasts. Let's take a look at those moments.
Robertson under pressure, gets out of it. He's gonna heave it down the field. Parents, foot in bounds. It's a catch, wow. Salmarone's gonna roll out, he's gonna keep the football. Now cut back the other way. Eduardo Salmarone almost slips away. He's gonna stay up.
He's still
Eduardo
up.
Salmarone, he stays up. Salmarone across the 50. He doesn't even
Are you
touch
kidding
the
me?
ground on the tackle, and he will go all the way. A 95-yard touchdown run for Eduardo Salmarone. Oh my goodness.
Wake up.
Robertson, nobody in the backfield, a low snap. He's going to pick it up and just be knocked on the ground, and his helmet comes off. And now he's got to come off the field. Handoff going to Devin
Nice cut
Ramos.
there.
Excellent cut, a stiff arm, and he'll stay in bounds and on his feet.
Are you kidding
Devin
me?
Ramos
Are you kidding me?
can go. Ramos
Forget
in
about
the
it.
end zone.
Forget about it.
Robertson dropping back, firing deep. He's got Javon Williams.
Oh my
Touchdown,
gosh!
Kamayakin.
Oh my goodness!
Faking the handoff, they're gonna go outside. Bodie Simpson with a huge hit. Rubio.
Walla Walla's up 21-12.
Devine with the carry again. Oh, he slips out of there. Jalen Devine has a lot of room. Jalen Devine makes a move, and he gets
What
by
a
him.
run.
Jalen Devine is going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Hanford. What an unbelievable play. Wow.
We talked about Jalen Devine during the pregame.
So some exciting moments on the football field this year. Hey, when we come back, though, we've got some of our best interview segments from the entire season. We're going to hear from the kids and the coaches. All that coming up next here on The Zone on Fox. Welcome back to The Zone on Fox. We've had a great year out on the football field. After the games, we get to talk to the players and the coaches. Here are some of the best moments from this year.
Tell me about the halftime adjustment that you guys made, because like you talked about, it was 14-0, and you guys went into halftime, and what was said to you guys?
Well, we pretty much made no adjustment. We just had to get more hard. We just had to want it more, and that's what Coach told us. And he just let it up to us. He just left the locker room. He was like, "This one's up to you. We did everything we could, and this one's up to you guys."
Well, it means everything, just because the last couple years there's like a curse that was on us here at Lamson. We haven't got a victory here in a while, so it just feels really good to finally get one here.
And Coach Slagle oiled up a couple little this and that's, and just did a really nice job there.
Now, first time you've been on The Zone. You want to give shout out mom and dad or anything?
Cody Kowalski's a great player. I mean, really, he's being recruited by some D2 schools. He can do some things.
Yeah, their physicality was outstanding tonight. They were just always fired up, ready to go, and every play they were just.
Talk to us about what just happened.
It was all a blur, to be honest. I mean, we went up 21-0 in the first half, came out kind of slow. They put up 21. I just told the guys, man, we got to stay together. We got to get this win. Drove it down the field. We made some big plays. We got our sophomore kicker in there. He made it in. I mean, it's as good as it gets right there.
Talk about the victory.
Well, a win's a win. Doesn't matter how. It wasn't pretty until we start tackling people better. we're still not there yet. It's as frustrating as it gets for a defensive coach when you got people there and they don't make tackles. The game shouldn't have been that close.
And after you made the kick that sealed the victory, what was going through your mind?
I was just so happy. My whole team was just for me, and that was one of the happiest things I've ever done. It was great.
Well, we got knocked down pretty good, and we just talked about it. We decided, we lost to Pross earlier in the season, and none of us wanted to feel like that again. So we came out, we clutched up as much as we could, just locked down that inside run, and just, tried to play as a team.
I feel like in this season, after our first loss to Southridge, we really went back to work and fixed up on our offense. Coaches made a few adjustments with the personnel, and it worked out for the best. And I guess Southridge had a really good game.
If teams feel like they want to come against us and we're the measuring stick, hey, that's good for our program. But we don't feel that way. We just feel, we need to go out every Friday and play our best. And no matter who we're playing, and every team that we play has a bullseye on their back from us. So, that's the kind of mentality we go with it. And we know this is a great league. Every team in here is good. Anybody can win any given Friday. So,
well, ever since freshman year, I was in those stands watching, Timmy out here, and all my friends are like, Timmy's so good, and I was like, I want that, and I worked out, I worked hard. And sophomore year, I got a little playing time. Junior year, I got a little bit. I can't complain. But this year, now is my time, and so now I'm doing the things that Timmy was doing, and just hope to be as great as he was.
It's a heartbreaker, man. Our team is so tough. To do what we do and to come up short every time, it's hard. But these guys stick together, and I'm proud of them. And these guys are like my brothers, and I'm not going to give up. And I know these guys aren't going to give up too. We're going to keep on playing, and we're going to try to pick up some league wins and still make it to the playoffs, hopefully.
It's a different environment for football. There's a lot more people. The community loves football. They love it. I'm not saying they don't love basketball, but they love football more than basketball. Every day at practice, they drive by and honk their horns. Playing out there on the field, it's amazing. Even when you do bad, even the fans are cheering you on. They want all of us to keep our head up, and we pulled it out tonight, and it feels really good.
We have to stay level-headed. We can't let this victory get us all hyped up and let Kamai can beat us next week. We got to just stay level-headed because, there's other teams, good teams out there like Chihuahua, and if we want to be the best, we got to play like champions and not let this make our heads big or anything.
And it's all about the off-season, what you do in the off-season, and we put in a lot of time and we bonded together, and so that's where it comes in. We're like family, so that's a big deal for us.
You came in the second half on your very first carry and you took it to the house. What was that feeling like for you?
It was amazing. That was one of the best football moments I've ever had. It was amazing.
At the end of the day, it's just a non-league game. We start league next week, but it is huge. Confidence, everything's going through the roof right now. I think fan support's going to go up a lot. That was great. That was awesome.
An emotional game for you. Talk about like to dedicate this game to anybody?
I'd like to dedicate this to my Uncle Steve up in heaven. Rough day today, this makes it better.
We'll have some more great moments as we start our basketball coverage. And speaking of that coverage, we're going to kick off our basketball preview of the Big 9 and Mid-Columbia Conference after the break. Welcome back to The Zone on Fox. Basketball season right around the corner. Just in a couple of days, we're going to be kicking off the season. So we're going to give you a little bit of a preview into some of the best players and our picks for this year.
Last year's Big 9 champ and ultimately the state championship went to the Davis Pirates of Yakima. Another great season is right around the corner.
Precision passing from Bellarmine Prep. LaFau doing a great job.
Lazat, the freshman, knocks down a big three. Shot up. Good for three.
Though tons of new faces will be on the court, both in the Mid-Columbia, the new league, and the Big 9, some old things remain the same. Kamaikan, tough loss to end their season last year, returned some key cogs, including Cooper Clyde and Javon Williams. You'll see a number of new faces as well out on the court, but look for Kamaikan big time.
Now the ball's broken loose. Pedley picks it up off the floor, though. Javon Williams driving into the paint. Good first blood break.
And look who it is.
Wilmoth Guarded heavily by McCluskey. Down low, Cooper Clyde from the elbow. Good for 2. 6-2, Kamaikan Braves. And Weasel fighting with Penner down low. Trying to get that position. Cooper Clyde, shot from on top of the key. Good for 3.
Big 3, double C. The new Mid-Columbia being a 4A, 3A combo, we're going to see a lot of great matchups, including the Richland Bombers, who return some key cogs, including post forward Nathan Stroifert. Rangy, great game inside and out. Look for these young Bombers to make noise.
Any type of defensive pressure.
Stroifert, good off the glass this time. Down low to Stroifert now. Working, bucket and the foul.
Great move by Stroifert.
Get around. And nice play by Stroifert, is able to set his feet and not paint so far. The question is, who's going to start making the jumpers?
Beesmont, the big 9, and Trey Thomas should do great things up there. And in the orange and black at Kennewick, a lot of pieces gone, but some new faces stepping in.
Ramos, bucket and the foul over the top.
Wenatchee has some young talent, including league scoring leader from last year, Dylan Sugg.
Down low to Driver, good for 2. Riverhawks is at Gamora's second foul. And Sugg, great little basket off the glass there.
Pasco's got a scorer, a guy who can fill the bucket early and often in Julian Figueroa. Hanford has some interior muscle and good guard play. They should be in the thick of things in the Mid-Columbia. And then keep an eye out for some other newcomers, including Craner down at Walla Walla. The boys' side should be very intense. And on the girls, the names you always know about, of course, Kamaikan, who had that great run only to be disappointed at state. A new coach in Lane Schumacher.
And now she is getting pressured big time. Sierra Toure for 3, good. Brittany Nelson's hand. Ord. Good shot there for 2.
So can the Braves improve on last season and find more postseason success? Some other good young talented teams include the Richland Bombers, with a good balance of experience and youth facing the Richland attack. Southridge didn't have a senior on last year's team. They should be vastly improved with a lot of experience under their belt. And then some of the stars, Chiawanas, Delaney Hodgins, Sunnyside, with a number of young standout players. Tori Crawford down at Walla Walla, one of the best in the Mid-Columbia. Who will hoist the trophy at the end of the year on the girls' side? We'll find out in just a couple of days.
Hey, we'll be right back. You're watching The Zone on Fox. Hey, welcome back to The Zone on Fox, about to shut it down for the night. But before we do, I want to tell you about all the ways that you can get in contact with Washington Sports Network. First of all, our radio show every Saturday morning, 10:30 a.m. on 870 a.m. KFLD. Jerry, Manny, and myself breaking down all the prep action from the previous week. Then also head out to the website. We got articles, photos, videos, all you could want and more in one nice little package. It's almost like Christmas time. Hey, make sure to join us next week as we'll have some of those basketball highlights coming up and our first look at our top 10 players list. I'm Zenon Thornton. Thank you for joining me tonight. Have a good evening.
Light breeze starting to come in here into Fran Rish. Forsyth has Oram. Oram, nobody to beat. He's all alone at the 10. 5 touchdown Falcons. Thornton There it is, play action. They're going to throw to Christian Penny, intercepted. That one's going to be picked off by number 5.
Pick 6.
Maisie at the 50, at the 40, 30, 20, 10. Nobody's going to get him. And a pick 6, no flags on the play. First blood Suns. Wow. Going to hand the ball off to Ramos. Ramos flying out of the backfield, trying to make a move on a defender, and he does. Devin Ramos now going across the field. Ramos breaks another tackle and another one. Ramos into the end zone. Wow.
You can talk about Brett Rippon all you want, but the fact that this kid isn't being recruited is beyond me.
Dropping back is Whitby, intercepted by Javon Williams, and he's got a block. Williams cutting back inside, touchdown.
And Zach Whitby is rolling around the ground. I tell you what, he got blasted.
Devine busted his way through. Jalen Devine at the 30, trying to be chased down. Jalen Devine at the 10, touchdown, no flags on the play. Turner dropping back, screen to Ho, and nobody's home. None of the defensive linemen read that. And Jonah Ho is going to walk into the end zone. Handoff to Lozano outside. Clifton Lozano shakes, moves into the end zone. Latham in the shotgun, they're gonna throw. Intercepted by Johnny Jansen, and he's got an open path. Chased down by Diaz, and he evades him, a big block. Johnny Jansen gets another block. Johnny Jansen tiring now. He's gonna be inside the 10, touchdown, Kamayakin. Holy cow. Good for 3. 67-69.